10th. I know it's Friday, but all weekend I will be there for you as your MBFF. I'm there on Twitter at Dino Bidala. Drop me an email, dean@deanofradio.com. Also tomorrow, Saturday morning, barring breaking news, I'll be on Joy Reid's show at around 10:15 a.m. Eastern Time. And it's her last weekend hosting on the weekend before she makes history as the first black woman hosting a primetime cable news show, which will be starting in about 2 weeks on MSNBC, 7 p.m. She's fabulous. I look forward to being on. I wish her the great success. She's earned it. She deserves it. I know it will be wildly successful. So 116 days to the most important election of our lives. And it's going to get ugly. It's going to get scary. The polls will get tighter. We'll get worried, but we're going to win this election. Just like you're watching this now, we are going to win, but we're going to have to work hard. In fact, Tom Steyer's on later in the show. He gives some really good advice as someone who's been organizing communities now for years. First, today, we're going to talk about Joe Biden a lot. So often on my show, like many of us, guilty of focusing too much on Donald Trump. Joe Biden rolled out an economic plan yesterday, and also we're probably about 2 weeks from who Biden will pick for his running mate. And we'll want to get some reaction to that and share some new polls on that. But we will do some Donald Trump housekeeping. New poll came out today. Donald Trump is now officially less popular than most STDs. That's right. He is now officially less popular than herpes, and he's about tied with syphilis. That's how bad it's going from. I'm not kidding. In a new poll, ABC poll came out today asking the question, do you approve of the way Trump's handling the COVID-19 crisis? New low. Only 33% of Americans think he's doing a good job. Nearly 70% think horrible. 67%. To be accurate. Nearly 70%. That is the lowest approval rating he's had in this entire pandemic. Also, they asked the question, is Trump pushing the economy to open too quickly? Only 26% approved the pacing. 60% said no. Yet, Trump is doubling and tripling down on this by wanting to open the schools up earlier than anyone has guidelines for, and without any regard to whether a specific school area is safe to open or not. It's going to cut funding, said it again today. It's unbelievable. It's also ironic, isn't it? Because someone like Trump wants people to go to school when reality is people with more education don't like Trump. So you would think he'd want less education. It's usually Democrats. We want more education and we want the schools open. We want them open safely. No student nor teacher should have to sacrifice their lives for going to school or for teaching at school. And we can do it. It's not really a problem. Also, Donald Trump today wants you to know he's got a great brain. I'm not kidding. It's on Sean Hannity's show last night and volunteered that he aced some mental health test that they gave him because the doctors must have thought there was something wrong with him. And he actually said, Trump, and I'll play the audio on my show, said, I did the test in front of doctors. That makes sense. Then he said, after he took the test, they said, that's an unbelievable thing. Rarely does anybody do what you just did. That's an unbelievable thing. Rarely does anyone do what you just did. Trump's bragging. Now, I think there's two scenarios. I think first, the doctors were being sarcastic. Trump did the test, and whatever how horrible it was, they go, wow, that's unbelievable. The doctors are like, don't make eye contact, don't make me laugh here. No one does that. Or they said it in a state of sheer horror going, that's unbelievable. No one's ever done something like that before. In either case, no doctor goes, wow, that's unbelievable. Then Donald Trump got pissed off. The Black Lives Matter mural was painted yesterday on Fifth Avenue in front of his building. It was painted in all 5 boroughs, but in Manhattan right there. And Trump slammed Mayor de Blasio, saying, I did so much for him, and look how he responds. He paints Black Lives Matter on Fifth Avenue in front of my building. I'm not kidding. I'll play the audio. That's what he said. Well, Joe Biden yesterday came out with a $700 billion plan to revive the economy, including having the government make sure we buy American products. Whilst we're going to revitalize our economy, he has a plan to create 5 million jobs. Also talked about changing the corporate tax code, from 21% now, which Trump did a massive tax cut, to 28%, which is still lower than Obama, Biden were in. And it's more along the lines of what most economists thought was the right number, bringing it down to 28%. He said point blank, Biden, the days of Amazon paying nothing in federal income tax will be over. I think most people agree with that. And Joe Biden also went on to talk about wants to raise the minimum wage to $15. So we'll play some of the clips from that, talk about that. The big thing though on the show is to get your feedback, to get your sense of who should Joe Biden pick as his running mate. We are likely about 2 weeks away from Biden announcing. He promised to announce it early August. Don't forget the Democratic National Convention begins August 17th, so we'll know before then. But Biden said early August. That could be 2 weeks from now. A bunch of polls have just come out. I'll share the results with you about who Democrats think Joe Biden should pick. And other polls showing which of the candidates adds the most net positive impact on Joe Biden. I think it's very interesting. Some people might be surprised. We'll break that all down on the show. We'll take a lot of your calls about who you want. And the biggest question to me is if Joe Biden doesn't pick the VP candidate you want. In fact, what if he picks someone you don't like? Will that make you any less likely to go out and work hard to defeat Donald Trump? Spoiler alert, I'm going to guess most people are going to say no. While they might like a certain VP, their despising Donald Trump is not going to change. So they might want Biden to pick someone. Still going to come out. But still, I'd love to hear from people. So again, my show is live 6 to 9 p.m. We've got great guests, Tom Steyer. Got a representative from Vote Vets, a great veterans organization, who put some great ads out about Donald Trump just turning his back on our troops in Afghanistan after learning about a bounty paid by the Russians to kill our soldiers. And by the way, while the reporting on that is not been 100% verified publicly, there's no disputing since 2018 the Russians have been funding the Taliban to kill our troops. And they've been paying bounties recently, that's new. But still, Donald Trump should have said clearly what he would do if it was true. In any event, Donald Trump has never said a thing about it since 2018. And finally, what just happened? Our third hour, we had a lot of fun. 3 great comedians tonight to break down the week. Masoon Zayed's going to be with us, Leanne Lord, and Manveer Singh. All of that live, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, right here. SiriusXM, channel 127 Progress. And I always say if you don't subscribe already, go to the website, SiriusXM.com, SiriusXM. Right there, it says free trial stuff. Check it out. Tune into the show. Better yet, call. Be a part of the conversation. Love to hear from you. Thanks for tuning in tonight's preview